Hello YouTube, Librarian Larry here, and today I am back with another Toontastic video. I'll be going over some unused content in Disney's Toontown Online. Now, like all video games, Toontown has some unused content that we found in the files and that the developers have shared with us. Today I will be going over through all the known unused content from the original Toontown Online. So let's begin with some unused songs. There are 4 songs that were in Toontown from the very beginning but were never used. One is called Trolley Song, meaning this was originally supposed to be a song that played when you went on the trolley. The next one was called The Big Boss, which if I had to guess was supposed to be used during one of the bosses, or maybe the chairman fight. The next one is called Cog Boss Victory, which is a song that was supposed to play when you beat a boss cog, but was removed. And the last one is called Encounter.string.announce, which I have no idea what it's supposed to be used for, but it sounds cool. Now let's move on to some unused models. You may remember that a leak before Toontown closed showed some new estate designs that we would be getting. It created a lot of hype in the Toontown community because they were almost done, yet they never got added. The estates that were supposed to be added were a cupcake, a castle, a teepee, a tiki house, and a rustic house. It is unknown why these were never added since they appear to be finished models. Hopefully we'll see them in rewritten one day. Speaking of estates, an unused model shows what an early design of the estates is going to be. It looks very unfinished, and I prefer the ones we have in-game at the moment. Next we have a piece of an unused model for a cog building. It appears to be a beta design since it has no eyes and looks very under-textured. Next we have a model for a camera that was supposed to be at Cellbot HQ. It looks more like a Toonie decoration to me, and its purpose is unknown. Next we have a model of a cigar that was supposed to be part of an unused attack where a cog puffs smoke at you while saying "smoking kills." Even though this is very clever, it was removed for obvious reasons. Next we have something I talked about in another video of mine about the cog designs, but the CEO was originally supposed to be on a golf cart. This was changed for unknown reasons. Finally, we have an unused Toon Parties decoration, the merry-go-round. This was removed for unknown reasons, which is strange since it appears to be completely modeled. I have a feeling we'll be seeing this in TTR when parties come out. Next I want to talk about unused areas in the game. Quite a few areas got cut from production early on, but one was almost fully developed, but it is unknown why it was left out. One area that never made it into Toontown were the Law Lot field offices. These were completely finished, and it baffles me why they were not added in. TTR has teased us with a little gameplay from these, so I think we can expect to see them in the future. Not only that, but there's also some concept art for Cashbot and BossBot field offices, but these were never put into production. Next we have some unused playgrounds. Now Loopy, who is a very popular Toontown YouTuber, got us a full HD picture of what the map in Toontown was supposed to look like. First of all the COG HQs are in different spots than they appear in the game, but I am sure you're more interested in the unused areas. Well, the stadium-looking area was called Goofy's Coliseum. It was supposed to be a mini-game playground where Toons could be able to compete in Olympic-type events. The idea was scrapped, and Goofy's Speedway was created instead. The black and white playground was supposed to be an area called Funny Farms. It was going to be a black and white playground based off old-fashioned cartoons, and it would have been farm-themed. It was cut since the team had a hard time designing streets for it, since it was a farm theme and not a city theme. Finally, the red playground was called the Construction Zone. It was going to be based off old cartoons with construction workers. The playground would have featured a bunch of wacky things for Toons to play and climb on. It was unfortunately cut for unknown reasons. Finally, tag areas for Daisy's Garden and the Burg are in the files, meaning the game was originally supposed to have different fields depending on what playground you played on. This was also cut for unknown reasons. Next, let's go over some unused animations. First of all, we have an alternate defeat animation for cogs. In this one, their feet would walk away after they've been defeated. I'm personally happy this was cut because this would have made battles a lot longer. Next, we have a very strange alternate cog walk animation. I have no idea why this was made in the first place, but it's pretty obvious why it was cut. Next, we have an unused dance attack for the cogs. This was cut for unknown reasons. Next, we have the animation from the cut cigar attack I mentioned earlier. Again, it is very obvious why this was cut. Next, we have an unused Toon animation called Taunt. It looks like a Toon is trying to pick a fight with someone. It was most likely removed due to the violent nature of the animation. Next, we have 3 unused animations without names. One is a Toon looking through a telescope on a submarine, one is a Toon bowing down to something, and the last one is a Toon holding out his hands. It is unknown why these were cut. Next, we have an unused animation for the Jellybean Bank. Originally, when you used it, it was supposed to have an opening animation. This was cut for unknown reasons. Next, we have a very strange unused doodle animation. This is most likely going to be used for a trick, but I have no idea what kind of trick this could have possibly been. Next, we have an unused animation of a doodle laughing. This was cut for unknown reasons. Finally, we have an unused animation for a dancing building. This was most likely an unused part of the Silly Meter event, which made objects like mailboxes and fire hydrants animated. The concept of animated buildings did come back in Toontown 2.0, which unfortunately never got a release. Finally, we have an unused texture sheet that features an alternate design for the cupcake gag, as well as an unused yellow next button. These were changed for unknown reasons. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this video interesting. Some of this stuff was changed for the better, and some of it was taken out for the worse, I guess. But either way, I hope we can see all this and more in TTR one day. So again, thanks for watching. Please subscribe for some more Toontastic videos coming soon. And I will see you guys next time.